All right, everybody, welcome back. Or if you're new, welcome. Come on in, grab a seat, maybe a virtual cookie. Because I don't have any actual cookies right now, but imagine I do. And it's your favorite kind. We've all thought about it, haven't we? You see someone with the fancy car, the sprawling mansion, maybe they own a private island shaped like a giant fluffy dog. I don't know. People have specific tastes, and you just can't help but wonder, how do they that? How do they keep it all going? Is it just a mountain of good luck? Did they stumble upon a secret leprechaun who's really good with stocks? Or, and this is what I'm thinking, are they living by some secret set of rules like a financial fight club, where the first rule is you don't talk about financial fight club? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain, or at least peeking through a tiny hole. We've got 5 things that rich people supposedly never, ever, under any circumstances do. These are the golden rules they supposedly live by to keep their empires thriving. But here's the kicker, and you know I love a good kicker. It's like the cherry on top of the mystery sundae. One of these 5 things is a total fib, a fabrication, well, it's just not true. It's a lie dressed up in a fancy suit trying to fool us all. I love a good game, you know I do. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, and I really, really hope you do because it'll be more fun with you, is to figure out which one of these 5 nevers is the imposter. Which one is the lie? Put on your detective hats, get your magnifying glasses ready, or just, pay close attention. Think you can do it? Can you separate the fact from the fiction, the truth from the tall tale? I have faith in you. Or at least I'm curious to see how you do. Let's find out together. Okay, first up on our list of things rich people supposedly never do. Get ready for this one. They say rich people never ever buy brand new cars. Never. Or so the legend goes. Now I know what you're thinking. You picture them, right? Gliding up in something incredibly sleek, maybe a classic vintage model that looks like it belongs in a museum, but definitely not something straight off the showroom floor, still smelling of that new car smell, which, let's be honest, is mostly just a potent cocktail of chemicals and rapidly evaporating dreams. Why would they do that? They can afford any car they want, fresh off the assembly line with 0 miles and all the plastic still on the seats. Well, the theory, the big idea behind this is something called depreciation. The moment you drive that shiny, brand new, expensive toy off the dealer's lot, a significant chunk of its value just vanishes into thin air. It's like magic, but the bad kind of magic, the kind where your money disappears. Not a cute disappearing bunny, more like a disappearing stack of $100 bills. It's a bit of a downer, really. All right, next on our hit list of things rich people supposedly never do. And this one might surprise you, or maybe not, depending on how cynical you are about luck. They say the truly wealthy never, ever play the lottery. Can you even imagine that? No scratching off those little silver boxes with a lucky coin, no meticulously picking out birth dates or anniversary numbers, no daydreaming about what they'd do if they won that colossal, life-altering jackpot. I mean, who doesn't love that tiny little thrill, that fleeting what-if moment? Even if you know deep down in your sensible adult brain that your odds are, well, let's just say not exactly in your favor. They say the chances of winning the big one, the Mega Millions, the Powerball, are statistically worse than getting struck by lightning. Twice, on a Tuesday, while wearing a polka dot swimsuit. Okay, maybe I embellished that last part a little bit, but you get the general idea. It's incredibly, astronomically slim. It's more likely that a flock of pigeons will spell out your name in the sky. Most wealthy people, or so the narrative goes, view the lottery as something of a tax on the poor, or perhaps a tax on the hopeful, which is a bit of a downer, isn't it? It kind of takes the fun out of picking those numbers. Chapter 3. The cash is king, credit is crass myth, plastic phobia? Okay, are you ready for number 3? Buckle up because this one sounds really believable. It's one of those things you hear and you just nod sagely and go, ah yes, that makes perfect sense. Rich people, they say, never use credit cards. Not at all. 0 plastic in their wallets. They just walk around with sleek, expensive briefcases, literally overflowing with crisp $100 bills, right? Or maybe they carry giant gold coins like Scrooge McDuck preparing for his daily swim in the money bin. It certainly paints a picture, doesn't it? And it kind of makes sense on the surface. We're all told that credit cards can be a slippery slope to debt, and debt is bad, very bad, like a monster under your financial bed. And since rich people are generally portrayed as being super smart and disciplined with their money, it follows that they wouldn't touch credit cards with a 10-foot diamond-encrusted pole. They probably pay for everything in cash, or perhaps with a very stern, authoritative look that just magically makes the cashier give them the item for free. Chapter 4. The rent is a rerun rule, ownership overall. Alright, moving right along to number 4 on our list of rich people nevers. This is a classic piece of financial advice, one that we've all probably heard 1,000 times, maybe from our parents, or that one uncle at a family barbecue who suddenly becomes a financial guru after his second hot dog. Rich people, they say, never rent. Because, as the age-old saying goes, renting is just throwing money away, right? You're just lining someone else's pockets, paying their mortgage, helping them build equity, while you get a place to live, which is undeniably important, but no tangible asset to show for it at the end of the month or year. So, the prevailing idea, the one that's often drilled into us, is that wealthy people always buy. They own their magnificent, sprawling homes, their fleets of luxury cars, maybe even their own private jets with personalized logos. Because ownership is king, or so we're told. It's the smart move, the golden ticket, the undisputed path to building real, lasting wealth. You buy something, it appreciates in value, hopefully, fingers crossed. And your net worth goes up, up, up. It sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Like a direct, non-stop flight to Financial Freedom Island, where the beaches are paved with gold and the coconuts dispense stock tips. Chapter 5. The bank is a bad bet belief, money on the move. Okay, we've made it to number 5, our final supposed never for the rich and famous, or just the quietly wealthy. And this one is a biggie. They say rich people never keep all their money just sitting idly in the bank. Can you even imagine that scenario? All those beautiful, hard-earned zeros, just lounging around in a standard savings account, maybe earning a teeny tiny, almost invisible bit of interest, like a single penny a year, enough to buy a gumball, if gumballs still cost a penny, which, spoiler alert, they absolutely do not. I checked. It's a tragedy, really, the inflation of gumball prices. Now, on the surface, keeping your money in the bank sounds incredibly safe, doesn't it? Your money, tucked away in a reputable financial institution, guarded by thick vaults, sophisticated security systems, and those little velvet ropes that make you feel important when you're waiting in line. What could possibly be more secure than that? It's like putting your money in a fortress. But the word on Rich Street, the whisper in the exclusive financial circles, is that letting large sums of cash just sit there is a big no-no, a fundamental error in money management. Why, you ask? Because of a sneaky, silent little thief called inflation. Inflation, for those who might not be entirely sure, is like a very persistent, very hungry mouse that nibbles away at the value of your cheese, or in this case, the purchasing power of your money. So that pile of money just sitting there, seemingly safe and sound in the bank, is actually losing value over time. It can buy less stuff next year than it can this year, and even less the year after that. Outrow, the big reveal. Were you fooled? Alright, the moment of truth has arrived. Can I get a drum roll, please? No, I don't have a drum roll sound effect queued up right now. Portia usually handles that, but just imagine a really dramatic one in your head. Brrrr, dumb. Did you guess which one of our 5 nevers was the big fat lie? Out of all those things rich people supposedly never do, the one that was a total, absolute, grade A certified fib was number 3. They never use credit cards. Surprise! Did that get you? I hope it did, in a fun way. Actually, many wealthy people do use credit cards, and they often use them very strategically, like financial ninjas. They're not afraid of plastic. They make the plastic work for them. They rack up those incredible reward points for first-class flights and fancy hotel stays. They get significant cash back on their purchases. They build business credit to help their companies grow. And here's the absolute key, the secret sauce. They almost always pay their balances off in full every single month. So, they get all the amazing perks, the convenience, and the purchase protections without paying a dime in that pesky interest. Sneaky, right? But also incredibly smart. It's not about avoiding credit, it's about mastering it. So how did you do? Did you spot the lie? Were you a super sleuth, or did our tricky little fib fool you? Let me know in the comments below. I'm genuinely dying to hear your guesses and your reasoning. And if you had as much fun playing financial detective with me today as I did with you, please, please, please hit that like button. It really helps me out, and it tells me you want more of this kind of thing. And while you're at it, why not subscribe for more truth or lie quizzes, money myth busting, and all sorts of other fun stuff? Because we're going to unravel a lot more mysteries together. Don't fall for those money myths again. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to be kind to one another, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.